Okay, so the video that I chose to do was my restaurant project. My computer is super slow, so sorry if it is. Might take a second for this to load. So just some general information. This project was done by middle schoolers and was meant for middle schoolers. The content areas that were addressed were writing, math, technology use, research, and public speaking. So there were a lot of bases covered. So to summarize the lesson, students were first instructed to create a restaurant. They first created menus using technology, and then they also used the internet to find example menus. They wrote grant letters, asked for money, and once they had a budget, they used Google to research furniture for the restaurant. They also had to research the amount of calories in each of their menu items and put it on their menu. They also created prezzies and presented them to the class and made commercials that they also presented to the class. So for what do you see? Students worked on this project alone and they used individual laptops. It looked to me like students were using class time to work on this, and the teacher was moving around the classroom, answering questions, and helping as needed. Once the students presented, their presentations were projected onto the smart board as well as their commercials, and the class was able to watch their commercials and watch as they presented. So I really liked this lesson, and I thought it was super effective. The students in the videos seemed to really enjoy it, and they all had a lot of things that they took away from it. This lesson, the only thing that it differs from in a traditional lesson was it was a kind of a long lesson. It seems like this probably took days or most likely even a few weeks to complete. So it definitely wasn't just a one class lesson. And I really liked how creative this lesson was and the amount of real world applications that it contained. Like, for example, creating a grant letter. That's something that a lot of people don't know anything about until much later in life. So things like that I thought were really cool. So if a student were to get stuck on how much money to ask for in their grant, for example, you might ask them, is it a better idea to ask for more money than you might need or less? That would kind of promote critical thinking. So some of the barriers that might arise would be technical difficulties, and students might also be wary to think outside of the box. It might take a little bit of a push to get them to being creative. The benefits to the students are that they learn a ton of practical skills in many different areas. You're learning research skills, presentation skills, math skills, all kinds of different things. The teachers can benefit from assessing how well the students are taking instruction and also their levels of problem-solving skills.